Pentagon bans Ukraine from long-range strikes on Russia due to limited number of ATACMS. Russians intensify offensive on Vuhledar, and the UK will send Ukraine new specialist missile system to boost its air defenses. The latest news from Ukraine and around the world. On the night of September 6, Russia launched an attack on Ukraine with 2 missiles and 44 attack drones. Ukrainian air defenses managed to shoot down 27 of the drones, according to the Ukrainian Air Force. In total, Russia launched 46 aerial attack devices, 1 guided Ha-59 missile, 1 anti-radar Ha-31P missile from the airspace over the Luhansk and Bryansk regions, 44 Shahed-type drones. To repel the air attack, aviation, anti-aircraft missile forces, electronic warfare units, and mobile fire groups of the Air Force and Defense Forces of Ukraine were involved. As of 8 a.m., air defenses managed to down 27 attack drones. Notably, 8 drones were lost over Ukrainian territory, with the possibility that they were downed by electronic warfare systems. Another drone turned back towards the temporarily occupied Donetsk region. A few more aerial targets, likely attack drones, have been spotted in the airspace over the north. Combat operations are ongoing, warned the Air Force. About September 6 night attack, air raid alerts were issued in several regions before 11 p.m. At the time, the military warned of enemy kamikaze drones that had entered the country's airspace from the southern direction. Later, the alert was also declared in Kiev. Some of the drones were heading westward. As a result of the attack on the Lviv region, a fire broke out at warehouses near the village of Malekhiv. Drones also targeted the Mykolaiv region. A fire broke out in an open area due to the falling debris from the drones. Russian troops have significantly intensified their offensive operations in the vicinity of Vuhledar Donetsk region and have achieved minor tactical success in the area so far. In this way, the Russians wanted to increase pressure on the Ukrainian military and create conditions for further success on the Pokrovsk front, reported by Institute for the Study of War. About details, recently Russian forces have escalated their long-standing offensive operations aimed at eliminating the broad Ukrainian salient positioned to the west and southwest of Donetsk and advancing towards and along the H-15 highway connecting Donetsk and the city of Zaporizhia. There appeared to be coordinated Russian offensives extending from the southern flank of the Pokrovsk front to the western edge of the Ukrainian defenses around Vuhledar. These maneuvers likely seek to increase pressure on Ukrainian troops defending the western part of the Donetsk region and to create conditions for further advances in Russia's main offensive push on the Pokrovsk front. Russian forces are also intensifying their attacks in other areas southwest and west of Donetsk. The increased activity near Vuhledar does not necessarily suggest a reduced offensive pace in other parts of western part of the Donetsk region in the near future. On the 4th of September, Ukrainian Airborne Brigade operating southwest of Donetsk released video footage showing Ukrainian forces successfully repelling a reinforced Russian mechanized assault consisting of 4 tanks and 70 armored vehicles near Konstantinivka. Shortly after expanding the southern flank of the Pokrovsk salient, Russian troops intensified their offensive operations near Vuhledar, indicating an intent to conduct mutually supporting attacks on the southern flank of the Pokrovsk salient, directly west of Donetsk along the road and near Vuhledar. It is likely that the Russian command aims to capture Kurakhova and Vuhledar to secure tactical advantages along the H-15 road more swiftly. Although they are expected to encounter significant challenges, the Russian military leadership remains focused on the offensive against Pokrovsk, likely viewing the increased activity in western part of the Donetsk region as a secondary priority. Regardless of the outcome, these secondary efforts are probably intended to fix Ukrainian forces in the western part of the Donetsk region and prevent them from being redeployed to strengthen the defense of Pokrovsk. Russian forces are unlikely to maintain their momentum across Ukraine's east for an extended period. The repeated surges in offensive operations in the Donetsk region, coupled with the ongoing pressure caused by Ukrainian operations in Kursk region, are likely to force the Russian offensive to culminate sooner than its military command expects. The United Kingdom will supply 650 lightweight multi-role missiles, LMM, under a £162 million contract to strengthen Ukrainian's air defense, reported by UK Ministry of Defense. About details, it was reported that this assistance was part of the new UK government's commitment to Ukraine. Defense Secretary John Healey will make a statement on the air defense aid package at a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group at Ramstein Air Force Base, also known as Ramstein Format Meetings. Healey will also reiterate the UK's unwavering commitment to Ukraine and call on allies to continue providing vital equipment to Ukraine. The first batch of LMMs is expected to be delivered by the end of this year. Thales company manufactures their missiles at its Belfast plant. They are highly versatile and can be launched from a variety of platforms on land, sea, and air. The US Department of Defense has stated that the ban on Ukraine using American weapons for long-range strikes on the territory of the aggressor country, Russia, is explained by several reasons. Among them is the limited number of ATACMS missiles, according to Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh. In response to journalists' questions regarding Ukrainians' call to lift the taboo on long-range strikes against targets in Russia, the US Defense Department representative reiterated yesterday's words from a White House official regarding the significant distance of Russian aviation bases. She said, "Our intelligence assesses that 90% of Russian aircraft launching the glide bombs and the firing missiles against Ukraine are at airfields that are 300 kilometers away from Ukrainian controlled territory." Thus, Singh added, these airfields now put that out of ATACMS range. Her statement reads, "So ATACMS would not be able to reach these airfields, so therefore the challenges posed by these glide bombs, would still remain. And even if Ukraine, were to use ATACMS against the very small percentage that of the airfield that remain in range, we will see in the Russian military move those airfields back." As a result, the US defense official emphasized that the impact of such strikes would be very little and of very little strategic value. When journalists asked for clarification on the purpose of the restrictions for Ukraine on long-range strikes against Russia using American weapons, whether it was due to the limited number of ATACMS or due to fear of escalation, Singh stated that it was a little bit of all of those things. She responded, "There is a limited number of ATACMS. There is not an abundance of these long-range type of capabilities. And of course, one thing that we are always assessing is escalation. And that's something that we've been very clear about from the beginning. So it is a bit of all of those things knotted together." The Pentagon representative added that the Ukrainian armed forces have been very successful in using these ATACMS to take back their territory in the south and the east. Singh said, "And we believe that they have the capabilities and being able to knit those together on the battlefield. They do have a really significant challenge in the east, and being able to direct some of the firepower that they have, the direction is what we continue to work with them on." That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.